Hi, my name is Hannah Patel, and this is a presentation to apply a variety of user experience design techniques to evaluate and critique the Guardian website, also making recommendations for improvements and adjustments. The presentation is in 5 parts: an introduction to the Guardian website, an expert review which includes a heuristic evaluation to help identify usability problems in the user interface design, and also a cognitive walkthrough putting myself in place of the user and showing what tasks I am able to complete whilst using the site. This helped me to produce tasks for guerrilla testing to quickly validate how effective the design is on its intended audience. A/B testing was then performed on the problems that were encountered, with a final analysis and summary to finish. The Guardian is a British national daily newspaper founded in 1821, reaching 9 million readers across print and online. The Guardian website publish all their news with free access to both the current news and over 3 million stories. As of April 2011, it has been reported the 5th most popular newspaper site in the world. According to the demographic profile of Guardian users, the target users for the website were men aged 25 to 34 with a good disposable income living in London who are keen followers of politics. This evaluation report concentrates on the new users browsing the site, including people using the site for the first time. Many of the users may not have 100% concentration on the site, as they are most likely to use the site on public transport before or after work or during their lunch hour. The first method for the expert review was the heuristic evaluation. Following the 10 smashing UX design heuristics, navigation and informational architecture stood out as having the most usability problems. For the cognitive walkthrough, the user has to perform a task on the site and gather issues whilst completing the task. This was to find the politics page. The expert review was carried out on a HP laptop using Windows 7 in a student accommodation. Earlier this year, the Guardian website had recently been developed, so no issues were predicted. As you can see, there was a big change, as there was too much information on the homepage. When finally viewing the website on Google Chrome, a huge advertisement is placed before any of the information can be seen. As many of the users would visit this website to find out the main headings, these can only be seen if the user scrolls down the page. Under each category, information is shown relating to the heading. Here we can see the words in brief and in depth. It is not entirely clear what these mean. This may refrain the user from clicking on the articles. The same occurs with the links at the left-hand side of the page, as these are quite small and cannot be easily seen. When finally reaching the end of the page, a duplicate navigation bar is shown that is not necessarily needed. Here is the navigation for the website. As you can see, the politics page is not directly available. Users may get confused considering which heading politics may be under. Most users would see if it was under the economy category before trying to find another way of searching. When they are left to use the search bar, the search facility is powered by Google as well as the Guardian website. Therefore, the search results may not be as accurate. As you can see, the politics page has come second, and this may confuse the user as to which one to click on. The guerrilla testing was carried out on a variety of different devices, including a MacBook Pro using Camtasia and a HP laptop using BB Flashback Pro. As the expert review enabled me to find out the main issue in finding the politics page was due to the navigation, the aim for the guerrilla test focused on finding each of the tasks through the navigation of the website. 7 users were involved in the testing, with a range of ages from 18 to over 50, who have not used the Guardian website before. These tests were taken in a variety of places in Manchester, including the Geoffrey Manton building at the Manchester Metropolitan University. They were given a consent form, so they were able to participate in the tasks. There were 5 tasks that were performed in the guerrilla testing. The first one was to find the top 10 popular stories. These were the top 10 articles for the Guardian website at the current time. The second task was to find the masterclasses. These were a variety of courses that the Guardian offer. The third task was to find the politics page. This was also included in the expert review, as I wanted to find out if users found this page through the search bar as well. The fourth task was to find the social media links for the Guardian. And the final task was to find the puzzles page. Here are a few things the users said whilst trying to complete the tasks.
I would never come here ever again, actually.
But yeah, it's not really what you in broad range would expect.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
This website is rubbish.
Is it normal to not be able to find it?
The layout of the page was one of the main issues for the users. For example, when they had to look for the top 10 popular stories, most of the users expected these to be near the top of the page. However, they were put off by the amount of time it took to scroll down the page and read through the information that was less important. Here's what Tahir had to say.
I thought they'd be at the top as opposed to the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. And you
I would never scroll this far down.
You
I'd
wouldn't.
fall asleep before I got here.
When trying to find the politics page, many users were struggling with the different headings for the navigation. This then resulted in them using the search bar to find the information they needed. Here are Radhish's thoughts on users finding the politics page.
Etc. But I feel like with they're always improving, but I feel like they shouldn't have to search for stuff like politics. That should just be a big thing.
Some of the users gave up trying to find the masterclasses, as this was not visible above the fold, without viewing a drop-down list. The other option was by using the navigation bar at the bottom of the page. For instance, Lucy was presented with a banner on the right-hand side, taking her directly to the masterclasses page, but as she mistakenly went onto the jobs page, as the consistency of the website had changed, she immediately changed her mind and went back onto the home page and was not able to see this. Here are Rick's thoughts on where he thought the masterclasses should be.
I feel like that should be more of like a tab instead of in the more section, because that wasn't the first thing that I'd look for.
Okay.
Whereas it could be with the all sections or something like that.
As the social media links could only be found on the Contact Us page, many of the users struggled to find this without searching the whole of the home page, as this page could only be found at the bottom. For the A/B testing, this was based around 3 main tasks. These were focusing on navigation, and here they are. Find where you can take courses, find where you can read short news articles, and find stories on readers' views or what people have wrote in. 2 prototypes were created in Exure, version 1 and version 2. They were slightly similar in terms of the layout, but the aim of both of the prototypes was the labelling, and these were changed to see if any difference was made in the ease of finding things. For example, in version 1, the Masterclasses heading has now got its own individual tab instead of being hidden under the drop-down More tab. And on version 2, Reader's Views has been replaced by the word opinion to see if articles under this category are now easier to find. 20 participants took part in the testing, who fitted the user requirements. The same software that was used for the guerrilla testing was also used for the A/B testing. The test focused on labelling of the navigation to see if users found the tasks easier to complete. This was to get a varied opinion on the 2 prototypes created. In version 2, when the users were asked to find the Courses tab, most of the users found this straight away. This was due to the word Masterclasses changing to Courses. This helped the user to find what they were looking for. In version 1, when the users had to find stories on Reader's Views, they immediately found this in the main navigation bar rather than scrolling down the page. When the guerrilla testing and A/B testing had been completed, the results were as followed. When completing the guerrilla testing on the original Guardian site, the average time it took a user to complete the task that was given was around 58 seconds. With the new prototypes now being created for the A/B testing, this helped the user to find the tasks more efficiently, bringing the average down to 24 seconds. Many issues came across throughout the expert review and testing. They are narrowed down to 4 main headings. The first issue is labelling. This is the terminology used for the navigation. The time taken on each of the tasks due to many different issues, the layout of the page, and all the important information that was above the fold available for the user to access quickly, as users did not scroll down the page as they thought this information was not their priority to read. The adverts at the top of the page have now been removed, so the main headlines above the fold can now be seen without having to scroll down. The Masterclasses label has now been changed to Courses, as Masterclasses may not be a word that users are familiar with. This will help them find the information they are looking for quicker. The Browse All sections has been removed from the navigation bar, as users said this was not helpful. The navigation labels are then spread out with a drop-down list to follow. This will save the user scrolling down the page. The top 10 popular stories have been moved closer to the top of the page, as this information was important to the users. The Opinion tab has been changed to Readers' Views, so the user knows the articles are written by readers and not by The Guardian. Short news has also been changed from in brief, as users were slightly confused as to what this meant. Also, the duplicate navigation bar has been removed, as users can just click on the Back to Top tab. Making sure the Guardian website is up to date and easily accessible for the user should be very important for the Guardian, as they will then carry on using the website. By making these small changes, users will be much happier and make the website more presentable. Thanks for watching.